Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Serginho, now he is quick.
Rapid, Peter, absolutely rapid.
I suppose if there was such a thing as a model Brazilian fullback, he'd be pretty close to it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you don't win all those honours at club and international level without doing something right.
Oh, that's well spotted. Looking for a runner. Yamal. Christensen gets a foot in here. Xavi Simons. And it's Messi.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Well, that's an excellent interception. Now it's Kane. Serginho. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, well measured. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Oh, that's fabulous. And that would have been some goal.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Looking to play him in. That is a great pick out. Sells, gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be...
Takes a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
In with the challenge. And he plays one. Kane! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Kane is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Lewandowski, just eases him off the ball. And that has been slung wide. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Brilliantly cut out. Sells with the clearance. Some good work on the right flank here. Now it's Yamal. Yamal! There it is! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Minutes is number 21, Yamal!
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Played into space out wide. Lewandowski! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So, third corner of the game. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Montenegro get their fourth corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Alexander-Arnold goes short. And a chance! Montenegro are looking to go forward now. And it's Messi. Knocks it into space. Simons. He's having a go! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And the finish! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Goes for the shot! Alexander-Arnold. Defending was strong and firm. Messi. And Messi! Messi! Genius! He's got himself an absolute peach. 2 up now, and they are cruising. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Montenegro really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Yamal's cross. Goes for a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Good piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And claimed it back swiftly. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Minutes added time.
Now it's Kane, and it's Zaire Emery. Cannavaro has given away a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Azar. He is through here. And no, that was never going to make it. He's picked his way through. Chance! Just cruising. They are cruising. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead. And there's the end of the first half. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. And here's Azar. passing is crisp and sharp.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's come to nothing. Gavi. Montenegro are looking to break at pace. Serginho. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Messi. And the counter is on. Oh, he's found support out wide. And he's there to clear it. That's rather hopeful. Pass somewhat off target. Azar! Oh, and it's come back out to him. And that is wildly off target.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Great defending, strong and determined. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Now it's Rodri. He's got away. Shot at goal! Goal! Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Now there's... and the shot! And it's in! And that is what they came to see. What they demanded to see. His first.
After 62 minutes.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Substitution on the field. Number 22.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look...
Decent chance! Sticks it away! Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Kane really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
They're still trying to make a game of this. Gavi. Mbappe. This is De Jong. Played into space. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now he's got space here. Saliba. Xavi Simons. And he cuts out the supply. Gavi. Zaire Emery. And it's Gavi. This is De Jong. Serginho. Can he get on the end of this? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Alexander-Arnold. He's a sharp little ball here. Yamal receives it in a wide position. Cleared without complication. Mbappe. And it's Zaire Emery. Gavi. Serginho. And here's the chance to counter. Alexander-Arnold. Christensen gets over and intercepts.
Substitution on the field. Number 8. Vadio. Number 6.
Bernardo Silva.
Gavi. Number 27.
And it's Messi.
Serginho. Coming on the field. Number
And
3.
Messi!
Nacho.
Oh, there was plenty on that.
A message to the wise, it's probably better to try and get him behind that defence than try that over and over.
Now this could be a chance. Palmer. And he's managed to get free. Palmer! And he hits the net. They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
And very quickly, the substitute. He's going for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Saliba. Messi demonstrating his defensive quality there. Palmer has it out wide and in space. Tries to get it clear.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Takes a shot. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Zaire Emery. It's not an especially good pass, that. Mbappe. Oh, he shoots! He scored! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this...
And there goes the final whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Mbappe gleefully reminding us... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
The Netherlands promoted the philosophy of total football, and Clarence Seedorf is one of its finest exponents.
Yeah, pretty hard to find a weakness, isn't it?
Yeah, and for all his strengths, Peter, I think it's his passing that stands out mostly for me. He supports all of that with real determined movement, whether he plays as a 10 or deeper.
He won't be happy with that one. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. get it through? Messi. Lovely bit of skill. Modric. Oh, it's come loose. Nice looking ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now, can they get him away? Simons.
Well, that would...
Oh no, what has happened? Shot at goal! Goal! There is the breakthrough! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Backward it goes. And that was very necessary. Seedorf. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's looking wide. Hazard in acres of space out wide. It's Hazard! They want to be quick to recover. Oh, what has happened here? He is just caressing the ball. Alexander-Arnold showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Yamal gets into a good position. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Oh, perfectly measured that. Mbappe, chance for a shot! He's scored! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Xavi Simons wins the duel this time. Stood up well to him there. It's a promising position. Nice physical challenge. Saliba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Neymar. And the pass is intercepted. And that's really well manoeuvred. Nicely spread. Mbappe. 15 minutes till half-time. Modric couldn't squeeze it through. Aimed beyond the defence. He is through here. Plays a sharp little ball here. He's got away. And that's an excellent interception. That has been slung wide. Seedorf does well to get it back. And he's picked it up out wide. Now it's Seedorf. That is a brilliant interception. And here's the chance to counter.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And he's managed to get free. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Messi, very much a man of this moment. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. So, power or guile, what's it going to be?
Well, we're looking at somewhere in the region of 25 to 30 yards. That won't intimidate this guy.
Look at the space, takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Can he finish? He's missed, but not by that far. Seedorf. And Hakimi. Kimmich. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Neymar. He's found a way through. And here's Modric.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Xavi Simons. Kimmich. And it's Seedorf. Now this could be a chance. And there's the end of the first half. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Please report to the staff room
A half
immediately.
of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. There's the start of the second half. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through shapes to shoot. Oh, it's hit the post. Relentless. Just relentless. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Looking to play him in. Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Simons. Messi and Messi! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Looks across and plays it in. That's a throw. And it's Simons. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now it's Isak. Always onto this. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Messi could try cutting inside here. Messi, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now it's Hazard. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Taken back almost at once. Hazard! Oh, screamer! That is a gem! An absolute gem! It is no contest. It is a landslide. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Substitution in progress.
Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes. It's become a case of men against boys. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Simons. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Marquinhos. Now it's Haaland. And the shot! It's in! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Substitution on the field.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Number 10, who plays
Barcelona playing for pride here, the match surely beyond them. And that is out of play. It's a pretty loose pass. Now that looks a decent ball. Nicely worked. Goes for a shot! He scores! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Nicely shaped ball. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Over to the left. Alexander-Arnold spots it and intercepts. And it's Simons. Saka has it in a wide position. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
He can run onto that. Now it's Saka. And he's there to get it away. De Ligt. And he's there to retrieve it. And it's been played through. It's Azar!
Substitution on the field. Number 18, Hazard. Number 14,
A corner it is then.
Simons.
And we have our very first
Coming on
corner.
the field, number 24, Palmer. Number 7, Bernardo Silva.
And the shot! Oh, almost a sixth.
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning.
Kimmich gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Saka! Rodri. And here's Bernardo Silva. No, he's not getting past him there. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Saliba. Saka. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Bernardo Silva. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Seedorf has got himself a free kick. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi. Terrific header.
Minutes has been indicated.
Chouameni. Played through into space. That has ended up in no man's land. Great vision. There will be 4 extra minutes. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He's in plenty of space here. He's picked his way through. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Eyeball to eyeball with the goalkeeper. And that's one back. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
They're still trying to make a game of this. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, it's come loose. Bernardo Silva. And that is that. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome.
And a quick announcement for the benefit of
Mbappe
anybody who
picking
has
up
found
the Man of the
themselves
Match
a little
award,
lost today.
and
Please
no
look at the
surprise
screen
there.
for information on how to find your way
How do
around
you look
this
back on the
stadium.
game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim. So how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers. But he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game?
No, he's been at that for years.
Mbappe! We've got a goal! His joy, his goal! He steals the moment. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
They still can't get carried away. They haven't been promoted just yet.
He's found a way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a shade optimistic. Neymar, Messi. And that has been cleared. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, well measured. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Yamal, and he's picked it up out wide. Delivers the ball. Oh, that's a fine interception. That's a little off target. He's gone for goal. He has hit that forcefully.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Looking to play him in. And this is Neymar. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass...
Chance! Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
It'll be a throw-in. And it's DiMarco. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Just eases him off the ball. That'll be a throw. Oh, easy pickings there. And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Yamal. Looking for options for movement. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Lampard. Now it's Hazard. Simons. Xavi Simons. That's a sharp pass. Yamal has it out wide and in space. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. is rather wayward.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Nicely weighted ball. And the shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Mbappe really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
And that is a little undercooked. And here's Yamal. And it's made its way to him.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He gets big. He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Oh, what has happened here? And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Great vision. Messi gets into a good position. He's shifting through the gears here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Played back in. It's Lewandowski! And it's in! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! You just know there is no stopping that.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Number 18.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference.
Oh no, this does not look good. Threads one in. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Shapes to shoot, and another try. Really well taken goal. They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
We have ourselves a real game here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Guardiola calmly anticipates. And it's half-time here. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
And an exciting one too.
What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2.
Substitution on the field. Number 21. Yamal.
There's the whistle then to start the second half.
Number 10.
He's picked his way through. Now it's Mbappe. And that's been won straight back. He's going for goal. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
That's a nicely weighted pass. Tries to play it through. And they're quick to get it back. And this is Messi. Foden. Lampard. Oh, he's found support out wide. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Guardiola. Can he get it through? Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. here's Mbappe. Engages and forces him off the ball. Palmer.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, good ball! Chance for a shot! He has done it! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done...
There's the shot! No mistake! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Tries to pass it through. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Foden. Messi. That's been slipped through. He has found a way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, Can he finish? Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that.
Nicked it, and he's let fly. Vardiol cuts it out. Well, they've got it again. Knocks it into space. Rafael Leao receives it in a wide position. Foden. Messi, who does have an assist to his name. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rodri. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Simons. Saka in acres of space out wide. He's in a great position here. Throw in.
Substitution on the field. Number 14, Javi Simons.
Palmer.
Number 18, Hazard. Coming on
The most
field,
accurate pass.
Number 24, Palmer.
Now,
Number
can they get him
20,
away?
Robert Lewandowski.
Back into the middle. Well read. And the danger is averted. He's a sharp little ball here. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that. Now that looks a decent ball. Pings it across.
You can think ahead, but not take your eye off the ball, and he did.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Aims beyond the defence. Now it's Messi. And here's Mbappe. Now then, the ball's come loose. Now it's Messi. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Oh, it's come loose. Lewandowski! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
Beckham, the regular corner taker. He's got tall. And that's a real chance missed. Vardiol. Strong running down that left flank. There will be a throw-in. Saliba cuts out the pass. Foden. Now it's Lewandowski. Saliba did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. He shifted it to the flank. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't...
He's having a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. That's that, the end. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of... Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes, and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that, and he's a formidable presence at the back.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And the pass is intercepted. Can he get it through? Yamal. Simons pinches it off him. And Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught on it here. The ball swung in. He's there to get rid. Camavinga.
This is the time you need that pace.
Bale going full steam ahead down the left flank. And this is Lewandowski.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, that pass isn't the best.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Kamavinga has a look and plays it forward. That's a decent clearance. And here's Nakata. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Messi, and he's intervened well there. Saliba, Lewandowski chasing after it. And he's only too happy to take that back. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he is going into that little black book. And it's Simons. He's in a great position here. Yamal! Oh, that was close. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rodri. Now it's Lewandowski.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, that's fabulous. It's Nakata! He's done very well to get to that.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Paris Saint-Germain with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Bale with the short one. And the finish! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
That's been cut out. Well played. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Nakata. Messi in acres of space out wide.
Paris Saint-Germain couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
That pass has been well intercepted. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He's having a shot! There's a goal! Is this the moment? The moment he made it happen. The moment they made it happen. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
Mendes stood his ground strongly. Now there's a fine ball. Played backwards here.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Now, can they get him away? Yamal. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, the movement is slick. The speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Hazard was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe takes a shot. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Mbappe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
There will be 1 minute added
Cleared
time.
without hesitation. Messi. Messi charging forward, the ball at his feet. Nakata. Decent chance! They've scored! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing.
And there's the end of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Paris Saint-Germain get the second half started. He might be in here. Tries a shot. That is decidedly lacking.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
And here's Mbappe. Guardiola has a shot. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Messi. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Takes a shot! Saliba getting this one clear. And it's Simons. Koundé gets it away. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And they've got a throw. Saliba. That's Cannavaro. Simons. That is ended up in no man's land. Applies the finish!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Saliba cuts out the pass. Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, good-looking ball. Guardiola. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Oh, played right into his path. Saliba kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Xavi Simons.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Azar. Camavinga. Koundé. Looking to play him in. Nakata providing an outlet on that flank. Nakata! Oh, it's come loose, and it's come back out to him. He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Number 21, Yamal. Coming on to replace him is number 10, Bukayo Saka.
Just eases him off the ball. He can run onto that. So what can they make of this? And he cuts out the supply. Xavi Simons. And it's Azar. Alexander-Arnold gets over and intercepts. And no, that was never going to make it. But that has not gone well. Now it's Bale. Azar. Nakata. Messi. Lewandowski. That's the keeper's ball. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. And he's managed to get free. Mignon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, should have put that away.
Xavi Simons fully appreciates that. He could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Number 18, Hazard. Coming on the field, number 20.
And it's Ribéry.
Palmer. Number 20.
Now it's Saka.
Robert Lewandowski. Substitutions taking place.
Nuno Mendes. Spread neatly. Nuno Mendes. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
In with the challenge.
Substitution.
Corner number 3 coming up. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Messi tries to play it through. Looking for options for movement.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And it's Messi.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And claimed it back swiftly. He has found the way through. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now it's Ribéry. And he's picked out the run. He is through here. Shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
The last act of a game, which they chased to the very end. It finishes all square, but boy, they were close to snatching it. A draw and a highly... Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim, so How do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people.
Real chance! It's in! There is your perfect party piece. It is what they called for. It is what they have been yearning for. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
They have what they wanted. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Mbappe! Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Looking for options for movement. Yamal takes a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Dumfries goes direct. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Bale. Barcelona have a free kick. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, maybe he thought they were already promoted, Peter. It's a silly card to pick up. He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bale. Gets a good foot in there. Yamal has been caught there. It's a foul. Well read, nice interception. That's a cute ball.
Barcelona really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Bale. That's a little off target. Great vision. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Tries to thread one through. He's got away. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. And we have our very first corner. Nice interception, well timed. And now a sudden chance to counter. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Hazard, and he's managed to get free. And the finish! He scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Xavi Simons duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So that's 2 now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Hazard. Out to the left it goes. Played back in. Shot a goal! Goal! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Messi. Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Bale. Rodri kept his eye on it, And he's there. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Rodri. Just eases him off the ball. Azar. He's through here. Mbappe. He's had a shot. He has done it. They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
This has become one superb game of football.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do.
And the shot has another go. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Nicely intercepted. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Messi. Van Dijk. Spread out to the left. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. There's the whistle for half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Rodri. And Guardiola. Messi. Threads one in.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Can he get it through? Pedri. Cleared without hesitation. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Alexander-Arnold.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Van Dijk. Oh, good spread. Looking to play him in. Oh, played through for the wide man. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Hazard. Good ball, good take. He rises! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. It's a pretty loose pass. Pedri stood up well to him there. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And that's a... Oh, shooting chance! There's a goal! And the message is clear. The only way is up. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Tries to pass it through. There's no flag. Chance for a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Yamal. Coming on to replace him is number 10, Bukayo Saka.
And it's made its way to him.
Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Played into space out wide.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. The pass has gone astray. Pedri. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Messi. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Oh, look at the space here. Engages and forces him off the ball. And he's heaved it away. And the pass is intercepted. Bale! Low, decent chance! He scores! They've done it again! It is incredible!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
His position shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. Obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
He'll fancy himself from here. Messi takes charge with his eye on promotion. There's the shot! Yes! Ahead again, in the mood again. They have answered the call once more.
Well, they clearly fancy their chances now of winning this. A lead at this time that really seems to have re-energized them.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Header! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Well, at one stage he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
This has become one superb game of football.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Big chance! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will think... Could be danger here! He's a sharp little ball here. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Mbappe! Camavinga. Neymar. Saliba. Mbappe is herring after that one. Now it's Bale. Saka. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Yamal. Yamal tries making a foray down the right. Deep into stoppage time. And that will be the final act. A win, a triumph, a time to crank up the music, charge the glass, This is going to be quite a party. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, I think this has to be one of the sternest tests they have faced as a team.
So here we are, a new chapter begins, new heroes will arise, new legends will be written. It is time to turn the page. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski. He's just about the perfect all-round striker. Not least because he can finish equally well with both feet, Peter. It's not all about his finishing, though. He's always on the shoulder, looking for that ball in behind, and that prevents the opposition defence from getting too high or indeed getting too comfortable.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Brilliant save from Donnarumma! Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Ball's gone out of play. Ball's out once more. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Short changes him with that pass. Well timed, excellent interception. And the pass is intercepted. Azar! It's loose now and they want to... Oh, what has happened here? Caught offside that time. Beckenbauer makes the interception. And it's Simons. Great pressure, plenty of it. Crunching tackle. Out of play for a throw. Scholes proves just a little bit too strong. Van Basten! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Here comes the cross.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
So it is still 0-0. Now then, the ball's come loose. And the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
After 18 minutes is number 11.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Baresi cuts it out.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that is one way to stop him. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Baresi gets across to intercept that. Can he get onto this? It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Looking to go deep. And Messi! Messi! From another planet! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no...
Shoots! Goal! And the comeback is complete. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Hazard! Oh, that was venomous. That's a good-looking ball. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He is through here. Delivers with whip. And the finish! Oh, taken with style. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
It is a good finish. It scores! Oh, it rattles the bar. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Can he finish? Goal, Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure.
Can he finish? It's a loose ball. He's gone for goal! Oh, there's a probing ball. Over to the left. Now it's Azar. Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. He has found the way through. And they've switched it over to the other side.
Well spotted.
Now it's Mbappe. That has been cut short. And the first 45 minutes are up. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied, it was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Substitution.
And we're off again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Rodri. Messi. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now, can they get him away? Hazard in acres of space out wide. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Yamal is offering some sort... Vitinha! Messi, a player who needs no introduction. That's a lovely, neat pass. Looking to play him in. Can he get it through? Oh, important interception. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And this is Azar. Chance, surely! Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And that's not going to reach.
Milan clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Mbappe!
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Saliba. Xavi Simons. And the counter is on. No, it's come to nothing. Yamal is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get it.
Oh no, this does not look good. That looks a good ball through. Lewandowski was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Substitution on the field. Number 21.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Out to the right. Back into the middle. He's having a shot! It's fallen kindly here. They've scored! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
He's a sharp little ball here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Donnarumma claims comfortably. Tries to pass it through. Alexander-Arnold did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's picked his way through. Oh, and the shot! He's beaten the keeper. That could spell trouble. And another try! And it's in! Right back in the game! Messi duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Number 18, Hazard. Coming on the field, number 24, Palmer. Number 20, Robert Lewandowski. Substitution in progress.
And he's managed to gift it back. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is...
It's Lewandowski in for the pieces. Foden. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
Oh, this team is relentless. They have a way of playing, and there's no compromise. Milan really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but
Alexander-Arnold has been caught there. It's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. Saka, lobbed in behind. And he's quick to snatch it back. Messi, well, that looks a decent ball. And the shot! And it's in! They have stolen level at the last!
yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank.
Saka! It's wide, but only just.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Now it's Vitinha. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. To Roberto. He's found a way through. A great chance! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-minded. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting.